everybody, Rebecca here with a middle of February update on what I've been up to, how I am spending my early retirement life in winter in Sweden. And since it's the middle of February, it's time to do some preparation things for planting season. So, update on all of those things for this video if you're interested. I have my pruning shears and a water mist bottle in hand. We're going to check on my seedlings that I am attempting to have a garden this year from seed for the first time ever. Y'all can see here my metal flower boxes are finally all put together. Look at the size difference compared, well, it's hard to see because they're buried in snow right now. But compared to the flower boxes that we have here, these are huge. I have 8 of them in total. So, yeah, these 8 are going to replace the 8 over here this summer. But it's gonna be a lot of work to fill these guys up. However, once it's actually done, it's going to be nice to have huge garden beds that I am not going to have to bend over to weed every day. It'll be nice when it's done, but it's going to be a lot of upfront work. Other thing that I have been working on, sorry for the shakiness, I'm trying to hold all this stuff. Probably should have set something down in retrospect. Anyway, what I worked on yesterday was clearing this path over to the greenhouse because oh gosh, since I have moved here in August, I had been meaning to clean out this greenhouse. This greenhouse was full of weeds that were slowly taking it over. But yesterday, I spent a good deal of time cleaning it out. And actually, you can see, ooh, it's echoey in here, but this is all the stuff that I cleaned out of the greenhouse. We have a compost heap there underneath the snow of like grass clippings and dead leaves and things. So I kind of just added that to the pile, but it's gonna be a while before the snow melts, obviously. Also, I have decided with my little tumbler composter there, I'm actually gonna bring that in the greenhouse here because honestly, leaving it outside in the wintertime, I can't use it. Everything just freezes completely solid. And I know it's still gonna do that in the greenhouse, but it will at least extend the life of me being able to use that composter and get some compost if I put it in here. We could put it in the garage, but I don't wanna attract mice to the garage, you know, putting food waste in there. So yeah, putting it in here will be better than just leaving it sitting outside. So that's what I was working on yesterday, because eventually I will have my seedlings that will move out here to harden them off before we plant them in the ground. And there's not a lot of shelves, obviously, right now. That's all I have as far as a workspace. So I ordered 2 shelves that will fit along the back wall there that I can put my plants on when they come outside. So let's take a look at my seedlings and see how they're doing. Okay, so in truth, I have never started plants from seed before. And I was not sure if anything was going to germinate or go well. So I planted extra just in case I had a poor germination rate because I'm not doing things correctly, etc., etc. I thought it would be a good idea to allow for some margin of error. Well, I got a problem now because I had a really good germination rate and I don't have the space for all of these plants. So let me show you what I got so far. So we have this table. My seedlings start out in here, obviously, and you know, when they get big enough like this one, I could probably put that in a slightly larger pot now, I guess. I have no idea what I'm doing, y'all. This is just, I'm just guessing, really, what I should be doing. I'm starting to have a little strawberry sprout there. This whole row is bell pepper, but I haven't had any germination from my bell peppers yet. And all of these little teeny tiny pots have muscadine grape seeds in them, and I have had zero germination from them yet. However, I did read that it can take anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months for muscadine seeds to germinate, so I'm not giving up on them yet. Gonna water everybody here too. This tray is basically full of onions and leeks. You can see I'm getting pretty good germination out of those guys too. This tray is spinach, and I'm starting to think that I probably just should have waited on this and probably direct sowed it into one of the flower beds outside in the summer, because I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this if it actually continues to grow and get bigger. So there's that. And same with this tray here. I moved all the spinach that was here into its own tray because it was taking off. And over here we have celery. Again, I planted a ton of them because I wasn't sure if I would get any germination, and I have so much celery now coming up. Now, of course, no guarantee that any of these will survive to adulthood, but I'm encouraged at least with the germination rate. So what I have repotted so far are a bunch of tomato plants, tomatoes everywhere, and my brassicas, lots of cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, anything that was big enough to put into its own little teeny tiny pot, I have. So I have this table, and I have this over here. Again, more kål is cabbage in Swedish, and broccoli, and actually a tomato plant back there, a tomato plant over here. Yeah, and y'all don't laugh at my setup. Look at this. Yeah, so these are not even grow lights technically. What these are the fish tank lights that came with the fish tank that Christopher bought for me. I am trying to not have, I'm just trying to use what I have instead of buying a bunch of stuff. However, now that I see a space problem here, I am going to need more space. Oh, the postman is here. Postman. So again, I'm trying to use what I have mostly, but I need more space. So I have also ordered a couple, well, actually Christopher ordered for me a couple shelves that I'm gonna put in here in front of the windows. That way these little seedlings can get light, and when I plant more seedlings, I can have space for them to go. And the shelves that Christopher bought for me in here actually have lights built in with them. So that'll be helpful. These are going to go somewhere else, so is that. Yeah, I spent a lot of time yesterday doing some organization in this room, but so far the seedlings are coming along nicely. If I can just keep them alive until middle of May is about when it'll be warm enough for them to get planted outside. No more danger of frost. The growing season's very short here, so really I'm gonna have a long time to try to keep these guys alive until they're ready to go on the ground. Hopefully I can do it. Next task on my list of stuff to do today is to go outside and prune back this apple tree. So let's do that next. Interesting. So I think that is probably the aquarium plants that I have been waiting on to finish planting my aquarium and actually fill it up with water. So yeah, I think I'll be doing that this afternoon for sure. That's gotta be what that is with the insulated box. Yay, more content for y'all. Yeah, I mean, I know you guys are probably not super interested in this stuff, at least not all of you, but I mean, this is what I am up to in my fire life. I'm just out here living my own personal dream here. I love doing stuff like this. So this apple tree has not been tended to in years. I have never pruned an apple tree. I don't know what I'm doing. I have YouTubed a few videos, so, you know, I'm just gonna try my best and we'll see what happens. This tree over here is a plum tree, and apparently those you are supposed to prune in the fall. I did not realize that, so yeah, that tree did not get pruned last year. I could have done it when I was here, but I didn't realize you prune those in the fall and not the winter. If you prune them during the winter, apparently you run the risk of getting a fungus or something. So I'm gonna leave that one alone until the fall. But this one, I'm gonna trim back a lot of it. Yeah, I mean, I hope I don't harm the thing, but it will be spring here in, you know, a few weeks. You can actually already start to see some tiny little buds forming on this tree. So yeah, it's definitely now or never as far as pruning this goes. So I don't know, gonna give it a shot. Well, for better or worse, it's done. I feel like I was pretty aggressive, but we'll see what happens this year. I mean, it really did not produce a lot of apples last year, so, you know, I mean, worst case scenario, it won't have a lot of fruit this year either, but I took a lot off. Hopefully not enough to kill it. I don't think so, so we'll just see what it does this year. And now, Christopher was kind enough to bring me some gloves because my hands were freezing. And now I'm gonna take Rollo for a walk, and when I come back, we'll work on the fish tank, and I'll show you guys that update. And this is my favorite part of the walk when we come this way, because it looks like you're just making your way on a snowy road in Sweden, which we are, in the middle of the woods, which we are. And then you come around the curve and it just opens up into a really pretty view on this side. So enjoy. Frozen lake off in the distance. All right, we are back from the walk, so that means it's time to play with the fish tank. I can't remember how it looked the last time I showed it to you guys, but I'll give you an update and then we'll unbox the plants that I got today. All right, here's the current status update. So I bought previously these carpeting plants, and I know that they are starting to take root and spread because I see new little grass shoots coming up. So in theory here, when I fill up the tank later today, these plants should not come floating to the top of the water. At least that's the hope. Also, this Monte Carlo is what it's supposed to look like. This Monte Carlo in the center I thought was dead, but you can see it's trying to come back. So I have some hope that maybe that will revive and recover once I get the tank filled up. Some of this Christmas moss is looking sad too. but as well as the Marimo moss balls. But I mean, that's a healthy specimen. This is a healthy specimen of both. Some of them are struggling, but yeah, I think once I actually get the tank full of water, some of these plants that are struggling will hopefully come back. So all I have left to do now is plant the plants that I got today and fill the tank. So yeah, let's do that together. Okay, unboxing plants that came today. I am gonna need some scissors. More of the moss balls. Okay, let me get some scissors and get them out. All right, now it's a little easier to take a look at them. So again, the moss balls down there. This is a couple different varieties of Bucephalandra. If you happen to be in the aquarium hobby, a few different varieties here of Anubias. So epiphyte plants here. And then I did buy a cryptocorin. And this one, crypts in general, are known to melt. So do not be surprised if this one, even though it looks okay right now, if it starts to look unhappy when I fill the tank, because they're kind of just known to do that. But it should come back and recover and turn into a nice big plant. This one should also be like 10 inches or so once it's done growing. And yeah, it doesn't look like a lot right now, but again, after some time, things will grow and spread. Next step for me is to get them all out of these little pots and ready to go into the tank. And I just realized I am missing my tiger lotus. That's annoying. Oh well. I'm also missing Christmas moss. This is annoying. Yeah, this is all the stuff that I ordered, and some are not here. All right, let's plant what I do have. Figure out where to put all this stuff. Okay, for better or worse, the plants that I was sent are now in there, either wedged into place or glued into place. So now comes the part where we fill up the tank. I just need to get my filter put together, and then we can put water in it. It's full. My sand made a sinkhole in the path, but that'll fill in eventually. No plants are floating, so that's a success. Now I just need to turn on the filter. All right, well, I guess that concludes this day in the life of my lean fire in Sweden. Basically, I'm just enjoying every day, doing my hobbies. Bjorn has to check out the new thing. He's really gonna love it when there's fish in there. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on the progress of the tank. Hopefully all the plants will live and the ones that were struggling will bounce back. But that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching if you've made it to the end. I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, y'all.